Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Suckpuppet, also known as Sexytime, versus Sayang. What map is this? I did not keep track of it all too much. I do apologize, this is not a map that I know off of the time. Saying Sexytime is 1,000 times is cringy. Just call me Puppet. It's Sexytime. Sexytime wants to be known as Puppet. I don't know, does that make it any better? Alright, Puppet versus Sayang. Gonna go ahead and be a Night Elf versus Undead matchup. Over here on the top right hand side, we have Puppet spawning as the red Night Elf. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we have, well, Puppet also setting up an Ancient of War right next to a crypt here. And this is just, well, absolutely strange already, as this ghoul could be coming off to try and take down this Ancient of War. But the problem is, once the ghoul comes off the lumber line, if he tries to attack this Ancient of War, the Ancient of War can just cancel, and then a lot of lost lumber could have happened. Already a strange opening coming across here. You can take a look. Graveyard. It looks as though it is going to be a Crypt Fiend opening with a delayed Altar of Darkness. And with that, because it is a Crypt Fiend open, things are going to be absolutely strange. Altar of Elders also delayed on the other end as well. It looks as though Puppet is going to be going for a Tavern Hero. The Tavern Hero is not available until the 2-minute 15-second mark. Alright, Ancient of War already up and Adam ready to go after. I'm going to be eating some trees and attempting to take down some of these buildings. There it goes. Now just making its way back across over here. It's not attacking anything as of yet, interestingly enough, but it is squeezing its way into a location where if it's able to root itself, it's going to be very difficult to even get surrounded. Alright, that is actually going to be strange here. Going to go ahead and just attack and attempt to take down these ghouls. Another strange thing that it's doing is that it is making it less efficient for the ghouls to even harvest lumber. By having to travel that much further away from the graveyard, we could see a delay in Sayang's tech to tier 2. Alright, Death Knight should be making its way out here in just a moment. That graveyard is going to be suffering some damage. Is it going to? No, it's going to go straight after the Acolytes. Alright, the Acolytes are going to be forced to run. This could be very bad news. Is that Acolyte going to get taken down? No, that Acolyte is not. But we do see a loss of mining already as the Ancient of War trying to head into the corner. Alright, Ancient of War just heading into this location here. Is it going to just eat its way through the trees? And then, what is happening here? Death Knight putting on pressure. And the Death Knight does deal full damage right now, since the Ancient of War is currently only at heavy armor. And it is just going to straight eat a beeline move through the trees here. And what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be easy access for any other units to get inside this base from this back location. That, well, a unit should never ever be. A new Ziggurat has been placed down. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger has been picked up as well. Alright, this Ancient of War, well, fighting between a tree and a tree. It could regenerate all of its hit points and then just attempt to take down this Ziggurat once more. Meanwhile, this Death Knight needs to constantly be aware and be concerned about what could be happening. One thing to note, though, there is no easy way to get into this location at all. What is this? This road looks like some sort of campaign map that got turned into an actual map here. Let's take a look back across to the north. Dark Ranger has picked up skeletal minions, obviously, and is going to try and get to level 2, now making its way over here to the top right. Ancient of War, we are taking the Tree of Ages, and this base is completely wide open, but the Ancient of War is still, well, pushing away onto this Ziggurat. Unfortunately, the Crypt Fiends are going to be the only unit that is able to attack it, and the Ancient of War is going to come back and try to pressure this, as we are still at Necropolis because of that earlier harassment. Alright, Ziggurat could get taken down. Acolyte being forced to repair, as well as we're taking a look at the Dark Ranger already sitting at level 2 and getting up a Tree of Life of its own in order to set up an expansion. 544 Creep Camp will almost give, or actually may give, level 3 to the Dark Ranger, as that Dark Ranger is already well on its way to level 3 as well. Let's take a look at this. Ziggurat taking a lot of damage here. Acolytes need to be trained up at the Necropolis in order to maintain the gold, as the Centaurs are going to get taken down. Dark Ranger with those black arrows going to finish off another target there. And level 3 Dark Ranger, level 2 black arrows could potentially become a problem as the Outrunner is taken down. All right, Dark Ranger just shy of level 3 by 8 experience as the Tree of Life is going to go ahead and root itself. Meanwhile, what is this Ancient of War doing? The Ancient of War could actually eat a beeline off to the north here and then bring an army straight from the back. That would actually be rather interesting as this Ancient of War is still putting pressure on this Ziggurat in the backfield here. It is causing split micro and a constant headache for the Undead. All right, don't anger the trees as the Dark Ranger is sitting at level 3, going to finish off the Dire Wolf. There it goes. I didn't see any minion being summoned off over there. That actually does come as a bit of a surprise. There you go, finally getting a darker minion, but the Forest Troll Trapper, or the Dark Troll Trapper, quickly finishing that off. What is going to be happening next? That is a lot of archers. The Dark Ranger is going to be trying to pick up a second Tavern Hero. We are currently at Tree of Ages. Still has a little bit more time. We are haunting an additional gold mine as well. So the Undead is trying to get around this economic issue. But there's an Ancient of War off to the north. Another Ancient of War, more pressure, and I don't believe his opponent has actually spotted this. This is during nightfall, so your vision range is significantly reduced. All right, Crypt Fiend down to 122 hit points. Now going to be heading back. Let's take a look across over here. Haunted Gold Mine going to be ready to go. Meanwhile, Ancient of War is still pressuring array at this Ziggurat. And this Acolyte is just constantly repairing it, causing, well, a little bit of a gold shortage. There goes an Acolyte once again. And Dark Minions, Death Coil finishing off a unit. Meanwhile, Ancient of War is not going to finish. But you can take a look at all of the damage being dealt across all of these units here. These Dark Minions, 15 to 17 damage, extremely high. Death Coil does come in and save one of those units. But the medium damage is, or the normal damage, just dealing bonus damage to that medium armor. Death Knight does finish off a couple of archers as they are now trying to retreat back again. Dark Ranger is in a bit of trouble, low on mana, and maybe forced to retreat. Ancient of War still trying to take down this Ziggurat down across over here as another Ancient of War has joined in on the fight as well. All right, Puppet looking to finish off or at least get some damage onto this Death Knight here, but it looks like the Death Knight should be able to finish off this Ancient of War without much of a problem. Still regenerating hit points. A round of those little spider Crypt Fiend attack things will finish it off. All right, you can take a look. Ancient of War still here, engaging, attempting to take down this spirit, upgrade to a spirit tower. What this Ancient of War could do is root itself and then take reduced damage again while still attacking, as we do see a Keeper of the Grove as the second hero. Dark Ranger now looking to pull back, finish off this creep camp here. Interested to see how this Keeper of the Grove will be used. With the Keeper of the Grove, Force of Nature is not going to be that useful. Entangle can get Devoured Magic if we actually get to tier 3. We are still sitting at tier 1 though, and that may be the reason why he went for Keeper of the Grove, knowing that he can easily entangle and force engagements onto those Crypt Fiends. All right. Keeper of the Grove does have a potion of greater healing. We also see Druids of the Talon being added in here as well. So odd choice when going up against a large number of Crypt Fiends, as this Ancient of War taking, well, far too much damage and may have to back off. All right, it may try to hide itself. No, that Ancient of War will finally get taken down, but it has paid for itself in just pure harassment. Tree of Life, is going to get taken down across over here as well, as that Tree of Life tries to finish off some of these skeletal minions. Crypt Fiends, Death Knight, skeletal minions should be able to finish this off without much of an issue. All right, we are looking at a couple of fairy dragons in the air, and this is a lot of piercing air damage as well. Not quite sure what to make of this, as the Dark Ranger going to get to level 4 with an additional point of agility, 34 to 44 points of damage. We do also see Thorn's Aura, so Thorn's Aura is very effective when trying to, well, fight back against ghouls. The sheer number of Crypt Fiends makes me wonder what was the long-term strategy if the Keeper of the Grove is going to be able to use that Thorn's Aura effectively. All right, let's take a look back across here. Renegade Wizard trying to creep out some more of these additional creep camps here. A Centaur Outrunner could get entangled. You can see Centaur Khan. There is a big stomp right there. That Dark Centaur Outrunner quickly taken down as the units are now looking to back up again. The Outrunner with the Potion of Healing. You're just trying to focus down these targets one at a time. So many skeletal minions. However, absorbing damage as the Centaur Outrunner will be that final unit. Let's take a look at this. More Fairy Dragons are added. A new Tree of Life as one of the Tree of Lives has been taken down. Death Knight sitting at level 3 as we should be getting finally a tech to tier 2. Fountain of Health. What item was dropped? Oh, Resurrection. Centaur Khan coming back in only to be killed again. And it will, in fact, give experience, giving level 3 to the Keeper of the Grove and getting a demonic figure. A Doom Guard can be summoned down, and that could potentially be a problem as the army lands straight up behind the units. All of a sudden, the army is here, ready to go. We're going to see some entangle. We're going to see some damage. Is it going to finish off one Crypt Fiend? Yes, it is. The Renegade Wizard does get taken down by the Undead, but the Claws of Attack picked up by the Keeper of the Grove. That Waygate teleporting right on top of his opponent. The absolute worst spot for Sayang to be. We do see double scrolls of healing as we now look at, well, the Fairy Dragons looking to focus down some of these units. We are having a lot of Spirit Towers protecting this expansion, and without any sort of glaive throwers or siege damage, that is going to be very difficult to stop. Tree of Ages, we are looking at dual Ancients of Wind as the army is still rolling on out. Is it just going to be Fairy Fire? Since we don't see any sign of Tree of Eternity, there is not going to be Cyclone. Keeper of the Grove. Well, gonna finish off a poor Acolyte there. No expansion here. There is another double expansion attempt as we are entangling this gold mine in the center. Death Knight sitting at level 4, double scrolls of healing, sitting at Halls of the Dead and getting up that Lich. But we still do not see the Slaughterhouse, nor do we see a tech to tier 3. Lich should be effective at, well, trying to focus down and nuking these poor, Druids of the Talon. And we'll see whether or not the Keeper of the Grove will be able to stick around. We do see Rejuvenation on him as well, and that should work out fairly well as we are going to be clearing out the other Fountain of Health. Back down across here, it looks like that was just an illusion. What is going to be happening? All right, Fairy Dragons in the air. Is he going to get creep-jacked from behind? This is potentially just as bad of a situation for Puppet as we're now looking to focus down onto the Fountain of Health. All the units need to make their way forward. There is a quick stomp going after the Impaler. Impaler now taken down. Units are going to go ahead and engage. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? That Centaur is going to be doing so much damage as we now see Web trying to be brought over. Summoned unit. Are we going to perhaps see Rain of Fire coming down? The Doom Guard going to be able to put his foot down and stomp across all of these units here. Yes, the Centaur is doing crazy damage in the backfield. This is a creepjack, but somehow Puppet is able to hold on to this and deal terrible damage back. Dark Ranger now sitting at level 5. Centaur still causing problems. Fairy Dragons, are they going to try and chase after all of these units? Crypt Fiends able to engage as we are looking at a Fairy Dragon getting taken down one at a time. Keeper of the Grove, we could be looking at another entangle on some of these lower hit point units as another Crypt Fiend going to get taken out again. Level 4 now on the Keeper of the Grove. We could see we have the Doom Guard now trying to fight back, regenerating hit points back at the Fountain of Health, and we are going to be getting up a very, very useful item once more. Dark Ranger should consider backing off to give more experience to the Death Knight. Skeletal minions being brought back over. There's the Resurrection again, as the units are still trying to fight every which way. That was a Dark Ritual or a Death Pack, can't quite tell. As the Centaur of Khan going to get taken down. Amulet of the Wild. We are going to see, what, Furborgs? Oh no, yeah, Furborg Warrior, 180 seconds as this Doom Guard. What is going to be happening next? Healing back all of the units here. Supply count is 44 supply, 44 over 100. Meanwhile, I believe Night Elf sitting at 63 over 80, much, much stronger with the larger army. All right, Fairy Dragon, where is it going to travel to next? Meanwhile, Death Knight could get caught out in the open if it is not careful. Crypt Fiends now making its way over. Kobold Taskmaster going to get taken down as the Death Knight looks to back up. We're looking at the Fairy Dragons with 1/1 upgrades. Level 7 Sasquatch Oracle casting Sleep onto the Keeper of the Grove. And what is this Doomguard doing? It is just trying to get into position. Could throw down a couple of stomps in there as well. Still has about another 60 seconds to go before its timed life comes to an end. Dark Ranger still sitting at level 5. Keeper of the Grove still sitting at level 5. Claws of Attack just +6. And Ring of Protection. The big items are those consumable items as a Dark Troll High Priest being added to the Night Elf army. Alright, going to have a little bit of healing going on, and all of the major creep camps have been cleared out on the map. Are we perhaps going to be looking for a third hero? We are at Tree of Ages and also getting Nature's Blessing. Meanwhile, what is going on here? Doomguard being brought over and ready to perhaps take down the Altar of Darkness. There's 2 Spirit Towers, 3 Spirit Towers right here. Fairy Dragons trying to bring it over as the Doomguard is absorbing much of that damage. Healing Ward in the backfield, healing up all of these units. Scroll of Town Portal here, ready to go. What is going to be happening as the Doomguard should just stay behind? Is it going to be able to get a big stomp off? No, it is not. It's simply just, well, it is not going to disappear. Now finally disappears as the Fairy Dragons need to pull back again. All right. Undead going to be able to finish off some of these dark minions, but that is just a small victory there. Keeper of the Grove perhaps going to be able to get off and entangle onto some of those key units, as well as the Death Knight now in trouble, taking a little bit of damage over time and getting rooted into place. Healing Ward is positioned, but nothing really getting healed by it right now. All right, Web, Dark Ritual, or Death Pact being used to try and cancel that right there. Keeper of the Grove continuing to engage. Fairy Dragon goes into Mana Flare mode, gets taken down. Lich and Death Knight level up, level 5, level 3 Death Knight. Level 3 Death Coil should be able to do a lot as a Ursa Warrior now coming into play, putting its foot down and making his presence known. Command Aura giving everyone increased attack damage as well as he, well, once again stomps to stun a whole bunch of units. All of these summoned units plus the healing wards making it extremely difficult as Puppet is just pretty much playing with his opponent, stomping down and destroying things, being forced to unsummon the Ziggurat that has somehow trapped his opponent as the Ursa Warrior still causing lots of problems. Lich does have a Scroll of Town Portal, gonna go ahead and try and teleport away. Fairy Dragon is it gonna be able to teleport back? It is, but the Death Coil not gonna be in time. Summon the Ursa Warrior trying to get in position again. Is it going to try and stomp once more? As you can take a look, the Spirit Towers and the Halls of the Dead, pretty much the only things that are attacking the Fairy Dragons. There goes that Warrior. We can see the Death Knight going to try and use the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away, as more units are going to get taken down again. Dark Ranger sitting at 5.5. Keeper of the Grove sitting at 4. Gonna get very close to level 5 after finishing off the remainder of these units. Death Knight now being brought over again. Does it have enough to finish off any of these targets, as the Spirit Tower will get taken down? Only Halls of the Dead is currently left as the Keeper of the Grove gets to level 5. Level 3 Entangle perhaps can shut down units just by, well, being there. Meanwhile, Fairy Dragon's Mana Flare trying to finish off the Obsidian statues, but they're going to get picked off as well until a Scroll of Town Portal takes them back home. 60 supply compared to 73. Puppet playing with his opponent like an absolute master as the Death Knight and the Crypt Fiend, Obsidian statue army ready to move on out. Really, the creeps on this map and the summons on this map really making a big difference, but has Puppet actually capitalized enough? He does have an economic advantage here as well, and he may be able to win just purely off of macro. He's also using these Fairy Dragons at this Fountain of Health to, well, be able to heal up very, very efficiently. Ultimately, is this going to be enough? We still see a 5-3-3 creep camp here that is easily taken out. We'll see where all of these units will be traveling off to next. The Keeper of the Grove with double potions of mana, as this expansion looks like it will get taken out and very fast as well. All right, Crypt Fiends going after the Tree of Life. Let's take a look. Are they going to be able to teleport through this waygate and get into the right spot? Scroll of Town Portal ready to teleport. There they go. Fairy Dragons pretty much all on top of each other for a split second as one Crypt Fiend now taken down. Crypt Fiend after Crypt Fiend going to be dropping here. And with all of these Crypt Fiends gone, once the Crypt Fiends are gone, well, without Web, what can the Death Knight really do to them? These Obsidian statues cannot engage them as the Keeper of the Grove looks to back off here. We can see the Dark Troll High Priest was taken down once more as the units are still trying to engage again. There is another sacrifice, I believe, a Dark Ritual, as the Fairy Dragon's ready to put some pressure onto some of these Obsidian statues. All right, another Entangle. Are we going to see a Dark Ritual? Oh, denied. Nope, not going to work as we are still engaging back up on the high ground. Fairy Dragons going after the units. It looks as though a handful of Crypt Fiends could get taken back once again. There goes another as the Keeper of the Grove still giving chase. Is the Death Knight gonna, or another Entangle, this time onto the Lich. Lich not lucky enough as the Dark Ranger gets to level 6 and now has possession. Thank you, Fanaticism, for the follow. We'll see what is going to be the follow-up play here as the Dark Ranger could be given the Potion of Mana, but there has not been any real high-level unit that you would want to possess. I don't believe you can possess mechanical units, so Obsidian Statue would be a strong choice, but obviously you can't do that. Clarity Potion now being added in here as well. Gonna max out on mana fairly fast as the Fairy Dragons are just pretty much flocking in the middle portion of the map. There you go, a couple of quick webs, but damage now pushing back again. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here. Fairy Dragons looking to fight back. Mass Fairy Dragons. This strategy apparently Sexytime or Puppet saying that Gargoyle's not that great of a strategy, but what can you really do to try and focus down these units? They are lightly armored, but at 4 armor already, you need to have the Crypt Fiends be able to focus fire those targets. And because the Crypt Fiends generally spread out, it is harder to focus fire with the Crypt Fiend. Let's take a look at this. All right, Death Coil is going to save. Yes, it is going to save in time. Going after some more units. You saw a quick possession from one Crypt Fiend. That's going to get taken out, but the Dark Ranger still has plenty of mana and should be spam casting all of those possessions. Still, Fairy Dragons going after Crypt Fiend after Crypt Fiend. It looks like they're going to get taken down as, let's take a look at this, Crypt Fiend trying to head back away. Meanwhile, the Fairy Dragon could have gone after that Obsidian Statue, does not go after it, instead goes after some more Crypt Fiends once again. Red Army on the chase right now, looks to finish off more units. Another Entangle making that Crypt Fiend unable to escape. And this is the beginning of the end. Death Knight, even though it is at level 6, is going to be in a very terrible spot. Finish off that Obsidian Statue, please. It is just such an easy target. Nope, no such luck. All right, Mass Fairy Dragon sitting at 3/3 upgrades. Let's take a look at this. Obsidian Statue back over there, 81 hit points. Gonna look to back off. Fairy Dragon 17 to 25 damage. I'm going to say average of 20, would have taken, what, 5 shots to finish it off, accounting for armor. All right. Back off to the north here. Going to go ahead and clear out some easy creeps just to pick up some items. We see a lightning shield onto an archer. And, well, apparently I don't care for an archer with lightning shield, so Puppet quickly finishes it off. Now, let's take a look at what Undead can really do at this point. He's been trying to deal with these Fairy Dragons, and the problem with Fairy Dragons is it's very difficult to focus them down. With that phase shift, after you focus it down with a round of attacks from the Crypt Fiends, you are going to be forced to attack a different target since it is temporarily not there. That's what makes part of this strategy just so difficult, is that you can't focus down the units fast enough. There goes another Crypt Fiend as the Keeper of the Grove now going to go ahead and teleport, try to finish off some of those units. Are the units going to be too far away? A couple of quick webs as that, or do those units actually... Is that actually going to attack? Is it going to go through the building? Yep, there it is. Oh, goes through, but no damage is dealt. Haha, the Keeper of the Grove trying to attack up on the high ground, constantly missing that targets. Picks up an ice shard from the marketplace. All right, so if Puppet wasn't winning with summoned items before, he's definitely going to do it now, buying one from the marketplace. And I believe that does rain down Blizzard as one of its abilities. Acolyte now moving over, trying to haunt an additional gold mine. Gonna take some time before that is up and operational. Meanwhile, the fairy dragons are gonna be here ready to go. Dark Ranger here ready to go as well. Where are these units gonna be going next? We also see a demonic figure, a Doom Guard, demonic figurine, Doom Guard, in addition to a nice Revenant. Gonna come into play. All right, here you go. There is a possession. Crypt Fiend quickly stolen. Damage going back other ways. Doomguard now in position. Are we gonna perhaps see a stomp as we see a bunch of illusions joining in on the fight as well? Illusion, Doomguards, and all of this just simply attacking and making its way over. Lich trying to escape. Death Knight does have the mana for a Death Coil. Is gonna be able to get it off in time. It will, but is it gonna matter as another Entangle goes down? Cooldown, well, cooldown lasting so long, it does not really matter as the units are now looking to back up again. And that is the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sexytime, thank you for the train. And, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to cast this game.